call the City Council meeting for May 23rd, 2019 to order. Madam Clerk, play. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Mayor, before we get started, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add 2 items to the ordinances for first reading. First one is going to be for proposed ordinance number 2019-15, which is to adjust the budget for the fire truck for $300,000.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Johnson for ordinance 2019-15 to adjust the ordinance to read $300,000 for the fire truck. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Chatelain. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays.
And then the second ordinance I'd like to bring up is 2019-16, which is for $250,000 to be used on street repairs.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Johnson to bring up street repairs, $250,000, ordinance number 2019-16. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wheeler. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays. Then,
No. Move to amend the agenda to add proposed ordinance 2019 dash, what is it, 14
14.
to the
Yeah,
agenda.
And 2019-14
Yeah, can you read the
is,
title that I gave you, please? I'm sorry.
yep. It's an ordinance to amend the City of Harahan Code of Ordinances to provide for the establishment of procedures, terms, and conditions managing the occupancy and use of public right-of-ways by providers of telecommunications services.
okay, we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Asbill to amend agenda, adding item number 2019-14. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Buddy. All in favor?
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays.
Add new business.
Number 1 is permission to sell
Yeah.
beer and daiquiris at Harahan Playground July 20th for the community cookout.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Asbill to sell beer and daiquiris at the playground for Harahan Fire Department Community Cookout on July 20th in the evening. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Johnson. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays. Agenda is amended.
We have Chief Walker, current state of the Harahan Police Department.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, Council, viewing public. Last week, there was an article in the Times-Picayune about the U.S. News and World Report about Louisiana being the last and the best states ranking for 2019. Article further stated that Louisiana continued to rank dead last in the United States when it comes to education, health care, crime, and opportunity for its citizens. I'd like to acknowledge in the last 5 years, as your police chief, Harahan has consistently ranked as one of the safest cities in the city, if not the safest city in Louisiana. I pledge to you that the Harahan Police Department will continue to keep you safe, your families, your property, and your businesses.
Proposed resolution number 2019-4. The following resolution was offered unanimously by the Council of the City of Harahan. Be it resolved that the following millages are hereby levied on the 2019 tax roll on all property subject to taxation by the City of Harahan. Total millage 21.93. Be it further resolved that the proper administrative officials of the City of Harahan, State of Louisiana, be and they are hereby empowered, authorized, and directed to spread said taxes as hereinabove set forth upon the assessment roll of said city for the year 2019, and to make the collection of the taxes imposed for and on behalf of the taxing authority according to the law, and that the taxes herein levied shall become a permanent lien and privilege on all property subject to taxation as herein set forth, and collection thereof shall be enforceable in the manner provided by law.
Okay. Do I have a motion to proceed with the vote?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Asbill. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays.
Proposed resolution number 2019-6. The following resolution was offered by Councilman Johnston. A resolution authorizing Mayor Baudier on behalf of the City of Harahan to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Parish of Jefferson to provide the City of Harahan funds to be used for a fire truck. Whereas the City of Harahan is a city within the Parish of Jefferson, and whereas Jefferson Parish Councilman Paul Johnston, District 2, granted the City of Harahan the funds in the amount of $300,000 to be used as a down payment for a fire truck. Now therefore be it resolved by the Harahan City Council, acting as governing authority of said city, that Mayor Tim Baudier, on behalf of the City of Harahan, is hereby authorized to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the Parish of Jefferson to provide the City of Harahan funds to be used as a down payment for a fire truck.
All right, do I have a motion to proceed with the vote?
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Wheeler. All in favor?
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays.
Sorry.
The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Chatelain and seconded by Councilman Johnston. An ordinance granting a franchise to MCI Metro Access Transmission Corporation doing business as Verizon Access Transmission Services to lay, maintain, and operate a fiber optic transmission cable from the transmission of telephonic data and other electronic messages in, on, and or across public places or ways and prescribing conditions and limitations.
Okay, do I have a motion open for public hearing?
Motion.
Move.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Asbill. No one coming to speak on this matter. Do I have a motion to close public hearing?
Move.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Asbill, second by Councilman Johnson. Public hearing is now closed. Council discussion.
So on this, if you don't mind, I'm going to interrupt you. We're going to, I think the good idea is to defer it again. We're talking to Verizon. We realize we do not have any ordinances regulating the franchising of right-of-ways. And so we're working on, that's been put on the agenda for first reading tonight. So we're working on getting that done so we can finalize this agreement.
Madam Clerk.
All right, proposed ordinance number 2019-11. The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Chatelain and seconded by Councilman Johnston. This is an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Harahan to provide for the imposition of charges for recycling services.
Council discussion.
Yeah, so we are, as Ms. Valenti noted, that Republic has closed down their collection site. There is another collection site in the Baton Rouge area. We are still speaking with Ramelli. There are some state programs that may be able to subsidize the metro region of recycling. So for that reason, I'm going to defer it for now, rather than withdraw it, so that when it is ready to be brought back up, we can do it in the next month.
I'll second.
So I move to defer.
I'd like to comment on that. The logic being, correct me if I'm wrong, Councilman Asbill, is that when this was proposed, the cities thought they had a deal with the collector.
Correct.
In the interim, the deal went away, or this doubt was raised. Councilman Asbill, I don't believe ever intended to pass this resolution without having a deal agreed to with a collector.
Right.
That's correct.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Councilman Asbill to defer ordinance number 2019-11. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Johnson. All in favor?
Yay.
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 5 yeas, 0 nays. Motion is deferred.
Proposed ordinance number 2019-12. The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Asbill and seconded by Councilman Johnston. An ordinance to impose for 6 months a moratorium on the re-subdivision, rezoning, and/or issuance of permits for construction or placement of building structures on property within a portion of the City of Harahan known as J.W. Colonial Estates.
Move to defer.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor from
Defer,
Councilman
withdraw.
Asbill to defer.
Sorry. Defer.
You deferring?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Chatelain. All in favor?
Yay.
Motion is deferred. 5 yeas, 0 nays. Madam Clerk.
And proposed ordinance number 2019-13. The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Asbill and seconded by Councilman. Anyone would like to second this?
I'll second it.
Buddy. This is an ordinance imposing a monthly service charge to provide commercial and individuals with standard fire service.
Mr. Mayor, make a point of privilege. I made a commitment at the town hall meeting to withdraw this ordinance. We do have to open it up for public comment, but I am sticking to that commitment to withdraw this ordinance. So please be advised of that as you come up to make the public comment.
Councilman Asbill?
As mentioned from the outset, I made a commitment to withdraw this ordinance. But also I made a commitment during the campaign to the firemen that we're going to fix the fire department. And so that commitment still stands. We just got to find another way. Madam Clerk, please withdraw this ordinance from consideration.
All right, ordinances for introduction. Proposed ordinance number 2019-14. The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Asbill An ordinance to amend the City of Harahan Code of Ordinances to provide for the establishment of procedures, terms, and conditions managing the occupancy and use of public right-of-way by providers of telecommunications services. And proposed ordinance number 2019-15. The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Johnson. This is an ordinance amending ordinance number 1866, the annual budget of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2019, for the City of Harahan, Louisiana. And proposed ordinance number 2019-16. The following ordinance was proposed by Councilman Johnston. This is an ordinance amending ordinance number 1866, the annual budget of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2019, for the City of Harahan, Louisiana.
And if I could just clarify real quick, because they have the same title, the 2019-15 is for the $300,000 to go for the fire truck, and the 2019-16 is for the maintenance with the $250,000 toward street repairs. Just wanted to clarify.
All right, there's no old business. And new business, number 1, the HFD Community Cookout is requesting permission to sell beer and daiquiris at Harahan Playground on July 20th for the community cookout.
Motion to grant permission.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by? Second by Councilman Wheeler. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays. Thank you. Happy Memorial Day. Good night.
Motion, pay the bills.
Madam Clerk, pay the bills.
Total expenditures for April, $727,711.41.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Asbill, second by Councilman Wheeler. All in favor?
Yay.
5 yeas, 0 nays.